Thank you for making us the #1 radio station inside the 8 o'clock hour. Bermuda's own Jessie Seymour right there featuring Abby talking about ride time. Yesterday, I told you that Jessie Seymour was going to join me live on the air this morning. So good morning, Jessie. How are you?
Good morning, Miss Thang. How you doing this morning? Shout out to everybody out there. Good morning. Good morning. It's Friday.
It is Friday. Thank you so much for tuning in and calling in this morning. So, Jessie, for those that most people know who Jessie Seymour is, John Seymour. Many people know your mom, Jennifer Seymour. But for those of my listening audience from Dockyard to St. David's that have never met Aunt Jan, they don't know who Jennifer Seymour is. Tell us a little bit about Aunt Jan.
You only have one mother, and she is the king, so I'm gonna treat her like the queen that she is. So do one song for me, mother is nothing. I'm so alive, baby. You blow my mind, baby.
So Jennifer Seymour is an amazing woman who has came up and who has defied the odds of trials and tribulations, dealing with sickness and all other things like that. Jennifer Rose Woolridge is a strong woman who's brought up two amazing sons. My mom's always showed me the right way to go, always told me to take the higher road, even though I might not have taken the higher road sometimes, and my mom was a giver.
Yes, she is.
My mom actually owns the Flame Restaurant on North Shore. If anybody's been there, you'll know that my mom loves to cook and she loves to just have people feel good and feel wanted. You know what I mean? And my mama has that vibe that she gives off on people of love and of just warm energy. And so,
and we can't forget her faith.
My mama's a strong believer in Jesus Christ.
Look, her faith.
If you know Jenny Rose, then you know that she is a very strong believer.
Her faith. I think we all have faith. We've said this before, but I know my faith wavers. And your mother has a way that she just speaks things into existence.
Yeah, she really does. We could be down and out. You know what I mean? And my mom, I'd be like, Mom, what we gonna do? What are we really gonna do? And she'd turn around and say, the Lord will provide.
Yeah.
calmly smooth. And I'm like, huh? And then before you know it, a blessing comes. The Lord says, you give and you shall receive. And I've always seen my mama as a giver. You know what I mean? And so I'm here to just talk about what my mom's going through and, giving others just a opportunity to get to know her and get to know her situation. And my mom's I thought I'd come here to the radio station to just talk on her behalf, because it's not easy, going out and asking people for help. You have some people who see you looking for help and they take it as an opportunity to, kind of look down and, and I just feel that I want the people out there to know my mama's struggle, how strong she is, and let everybody know that she's going to get through this again.
Exactly. Now, for those of my listening audience that follow my show all the time, Jennifer Seymour, most people call her Aunt Jan or Jenny Rose. Her and Jessie were here about a year ago, and she shared her story. Jennifer Seymour is a 3-time cancer survivor, and she came in and shared her story of how she had stage 4 cancer. She went overseas, they removed the cancer, and she was cancer free.
Yeah.
And she came in to share her story of faith and to encourage other people. And here we are, January the 22nd, 2021, and Jess is speaking on behalf of his mom, because unfortunately the cancer has come back.
Yeah. So my mom had a, when my mom came back from away, she was great. She got all her hair back. I mean, she was looking like vibrant and everything like that. Now, it's been a year, and my mom went back to get a checkup and they told her that, they found something else. Now, the last time we went through chemotherapy and all that with my mom was doing like 5 hours at a time. You know what I mean? And I was actually there with her for all 5 hours. Every single time, like we went, and I saw the struggle she went to, and to have to deal with that 3 times is it could be overbearing, and it could be overwhelming. And it can get discouraging. My mom's sisters, my mom's had 2 sisters who have passed away from cancer, 1 brother. She has 1 sister left. And I believe it just runs in my family. But my mom is trying to break the curse of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and it was a point where, I sat down and I had a conversation with my mom, and my mama said, listen, I honestly can't do this anymore. I can't do chemo anymore, Jesse, man. Honestly, my body's tired, and if God's gonna have his way, God's gonna have his way. You know what I mean? But at that point, like, even the strongest of us sometimes feel weak. You know what I mean? And I said to my mama, I felt like I had to be that person to, stand firm for my mama and say, listen, you've done this 3 times, you can do this again, mama. Don't give up. You can do this. You can. And, my mama, her faith doesn't waver, you know what I mean? She might have been down, but she's not out.
No, definitely not.
And having to deal with chemotherapy and her going away and all that, like, we went to the LCCA and they helped us. Like, the time before that, like, my mom was able to fly away, but this time, dealing with COVID, not being able to work, like, all these things coming into play, like, I felt like I had to reach out to people, because we only have one mother.
Correct.
And my mother means everything to me, and I'll do whatever it takes to be able to have my mama around for as long as I can, and yeah, so my cousin Richie, shout out to Richie, she's been a big help in regards to my family, and Karine as well, my other cousin, shout out to her. But she said, look, I'll tell you what, Richie said, I'll put together a GoFundMe page for your mom.
Yes.
Right? And I said, well, Richie, I said, my mom's like, look, I don't like asking people for money. You know what I mean? I'm a giver. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like, everybody needs somebody.
Exactly.
Everybody needs somebody. And I feel like my mom's been giving for so long that she deserves this. Like, you know what I mean?
If anyone is Jennifer Seymour, Aunt Jan is a woman that she would give you her last. I have seen it on so many occasions. You go to her restaurant to purchase something to eat, and before I'm leaving, she wants to bless you with something, and that's just who she is. So when I saw this on my WhatsApp, I love Aunt Jan. Aunt Jan, Uncle Greg, I totally love the Seymour family. Like, I said to Jesse, if you know me, that's how I talk. Jesse, what is this? So the GoFundMe page was set up about a day ago, and so far I'm over the moon because you guys have put an amount, and I'm sure it's going to exceed the amount, but they have put the amount at $60,000 that they need to raise because Aunt Jennifer has to fly overseas and all of the different expenses. And Bermuda has totally come out in force, and thus far, can I say 24 hours plus?
Yeah, 24
About that?
About I put it like the night before last. I think Richie put it up the night
Okay.
before last, but like late. I
Late.
believe.
All right. So thus far, they have raised $8,790 towards medical expenses for Jennifer Seymour. So the easiest way right now for those of you that are tuned in, whether you have $2, $5, $10, I want you to just go to the GoFundMe.com and type in Jennifer Seymour. The first link that comes up is trending, and it says medical expenses for Jennifer Seymour. When you click on it, you can see the amount that has been raised. It gives you a overview of who Jennifer Seymour is. For those of you that are driving, Jennifer is a 3-time cancer survivor. The family has never lost hope. Today, Jennifer is battling with cancer again, and we are praying that God will allow us to raise funds to once again pay for her medical expenses. In late February, Jennifer and a family member must travel to Boston for further treatment. Without full insurance coverage and existing medical bills, it will be very difficult to cover expenses. We are seeking your kind support with this next journey back to health. Thank you in advance for your support. So this GoFundMe page is for Aunt Jan, and if you've ever eaten at the Flame restaurant, if Aunt Jennifer ever taught your children, because she was a school teacher before she opened up her own restaurant, you know the type of woman that she is. So
If you ever went to halfway house back in the day,
Aunt Jan was at halfway house.
yeah.
So that's why I asked Jesse to call in this morning to tell us about Aunt Jan, and for those that know what cancer has done to many families, what the difficulties can be when you don't have the necessary coverage. If you have $10 this morning, I want you to go to the GoFundMe page and donate. If you're going across the Flame restaurant and you're like, Miss Thang, I'm not really into GoFundMe, then you just stop at the Flame restaurant and donate to Jennifer Seymour. I am happy that my Bermudians are looking out for Aunt Jan, and I'm sure you're going to raise the necessary amount.
And I'll tell you what, Miss Thing, I'll add on something to it. For those of you that go down to the Flame restaurant and give a donation, you'll get a free album.
Okay.
Free album from me.
All right.
Singer's Message.
Message. I had to do this for so many reasons. I've known Aunt Jan and Uncle Greg, the Seymour family, for seems like forever. And this woman literally gives her last even when she doesn't have it. And what she does, this is what she said. She would say, God told me to bless you, so I am sowing a seed.
Yeah.
And I'm serious. I am sowing a seed to you today, and it could be on Jennifer's last. So for everyone that has called and said, Miss Thang, I'm going down to the Flame restaurant, I want you to go. If you are in the area, I want you to stop by. You can also call them. I just want you to donate. Even if you have $5, my donation is going directly in on Jennifer's hand. Some people have already called me already, Jesse, and they're like, Miss Thang, can you stop to me when you leave? Can you pick up this? I say, yes. Yeah. The way I look at Aunt Jennifer, you meet those women that are just amazing.
Yeah.
And with me not having a mom, Aunt Jan is one of those women that are just amazing. I can't put it into words. And her faith, Jesse.
Yeah.
Aunt Jennifer would be down to her last. For those that don't know, and Aunt Jennifer, okay, we're going to pray.
Yeah.
That's it. She said, God will make a way, and we are going to pray. So. Yeah. Making it light, because, her faith never wavers. And then you have your dad, Uncle Greg. And I don't know, Uncle Greg's a joker. Uncle Greg's a joker. So he'd be like, oh, Jan.
Yeah, shout out to my dad.
Big
man.
shout out
Greg
to Uncle
Seymour.
Greg. So it's cancer within itself, it's hard. And due to the fact that Jennifer Seymour is a 3-time cancer survivor, so she's going through this again. Now, the end of February, everyone has to fly out.
She's supposed to be going to Brigham and Women's, and the doctors and all those people over there, they know her, they take good care of her. She probably actually knows them by name, prays with them before they operate on her. She just has that type of vibe that she gives off.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That sweet, warm vibe. And also I wanted to say, as far as the GoFundMe page, I want to thank everybody who's praying for me on Facebook, sends me their prayers, sends me, their love, sends me the support. And you could also go on my Facebook page, Jesse Seymour, and you would also see the GoFundMe page, or on my Instagram, Jesse_Seymour, and you can link it in my bio. But I just want to thank everybody out there who supported me and my family over the years, whether you supported my music, my brother's music, you supported my mama's restaurant, you know what I mean? Like, even just listen to my music, you know what I mean? It's definitely, I'm very thankful to my Bermudian people, and, I'm proud to be Bermudian, man, and I'm thankful for the support.
Absolutely. Well, we give to everyone, and last week we were donating towards a young man that is in his last year of university. His parents have exhausted their savings. And at that time, when I think it was last week. Yeah, it was 1 week ago today. Darian Jacobs, we started off interviewing him at $6,000. He has to raise $27,000. He is now at $16,870. On Jan's medical expense page, kicked off yesterday. They are looking to raise $60,000 because to cover her medical expenses. And so far, Bermuda has raised donated $8,890. So for those of you that go to GoFundMe, very simple, go type in GoFundMe.com. Then go to the magnifying glass, click search, and type in Jennifer Seymour. The first link that comes up has a black. It's a video, I should say, and it says Jenny Rose, and you would click on that. You can see the video. For those of you that have seen the video of Jenny Rose, this was taken her last cancer treatment.
Yeah, her
correct?
last cancer treatment. And they actually, I didn't ask for any permission at first, so I just walked in with my camera.
Right.
And the security, they came and they pulled me over. They're like, hey, you got to ask for permission. And, I didn't think I was going to be able to get it. So they actually put me through to somebody who was high up. And I called him and I said, excuse me, ma'am, this is Jesse Seymour. They said, Jesse Seymour, the singer? I said, yes, ma'am, I want to do a video of my mom. She's going through cancer treatment and chemo, and I would like to do a video of her testimony. And she said, hey, listen, you use any part of the hospital you want, right? You got the green light, go ahead.
Wonderful.
And we was able to do the video, and it's a real video.
Yeah, it's real.
It's no makeup thing. You know what I mean? It's like, that was a point where my mom was really sick, and it shows like when she goes from sick to know her to just coming back. You know what I mean? And recovery and all that.
It's amazing to see on Jan's transformation, and I only say that because I don't remember per se when my mom passed when I was little, but Jennifer would lose some of her hair. And she still has this vibrant personality.
Yeah.
You call the restaurant and she's like, what you want in your burger? And then, I've never seen Aunt Jan complain. So for me, like if I'm having a bad day, I'm going to be transparent. I always say if I'm having a bad day, I am going to the Flame restaurant. I'm sitting outside or upstairs. I'm having a coffee and I'm talking to Aunt Jan. Yeah. And when I leave there, no word to lie, I feel totally amazing. So to the entire Bermudian public, we are now helping the Seymour family because Aunt Jan has done so much for our children, your individuals alike, and the Seymour family need your assistance. We can surpass $60,000. If I had Oprah's money, I would write you a $60,000 check. I'm not here yet. So we all need to just, if you have an extra $10, guys. If you don't have any funds and you just want to stop to the Flame restaurant, pray with Aunt Jennifer, give her, I guess we can't hold.
You're bound to get free food. You go if you just go down there and give her your support.
Yeah, just give her your support. So far, it's been a day or so. We are now at, I see the little arrow going up. We are now at $9,090. So I just want everyone to donate. That's what we're doing this Friday. We are donating to Jennifer Seymour's medical expenses. If you have $10, if you have $500, if you have $1, I want to thank you guys in advance, because you only got one mother. And one thing about us Bermudians, we give so much to everyone else, and it's great that we can give back to one of our own. So I know Aunt Jan is she says, Jessie, I'm not asking anybody, but this is what you felt that you had to do for your family.
Yeah. Once again, I want to thank everybody out there, for supporting my mom. Anybody who's been to the restaurant, just supporting me and keeping me in your prayers. We're gonna get through this. And to anybody out there who's also struggling with, dealing, has a parent or has a loved one dealing with cancer, I'm begging you to just hold firm and, support them as best as you can, because just that support and that just might take them a long way, man. You'd be surprised.
Absolutely.
I felt like the last chemo sessions when my mom was doing 5 hours at a time, me just being there with her, you know what I mean? Like, I felt like that gave her strength. You know what I mean? Because being by yourself is hard, and the first time I saw my mama there by herself, and I felt really bad. I felt sorry for her, and I had to tell my boy, say, listen, my mama's going through this, and this is what it's gonna take. I need to be with her, so anybody out there who's dealing with a loved one dealing with cancer, like, you support them, be there for them, and just pray for them, and just hold their hand.
Absolutely. Now, for those of you that have messaged Miss Thang, how does GoFundMe work? Well, it's very simple. Go type in GoFundMe.com, right? Click the magnifying glass and then type in Jennifer Seymour. The first link that comes up, you will see the medical expenses for Jennifer Seymour. The amount raised thus far is $9,090, and then you will click Donate Now, and you can donate whatever you wish. If you would like to remain anonymous, fine. For the rest of the Bermudians that are like, Miss Thang, I don't want to do GoFundMe, that's okay. You can stop right at the Flame restaurant and just, bless Aunt Jennifer with an envelope. You can call the restaurant if you don't have any funds and just say, you know what, I'm praying for you. I heard the interview with Jessie and Miss Thang, and you are going to get through this. Now, the GoFundMe page is at $9,690. So Bermuda, this is what we are doing for Friday onward, and I'm going to keep you abreast of before Aunt Jennifer leaves at the end of February, so maybe we can get her on the line. But Jessie, thank you and the entire family for doing this.
Thank you for having me, Miss Thang.
It's difficult at times,
Yeah, it is.
And you have to keep smiling and. But for you guys to do this, I know Aunt Jan is, a proud woman like most of us are. But, we're going to give back because Aunt Jan has given so much to us. Yeah,
I just want to give a shout out to my mama. Like, Mama, I want to thank you for, being there for me, for raising me, for just being an exceptional mother and holding things together. I'll forever be grateful. I'll forever be thankful. And I'm just thankful that you're my mother, man.
Absolutely. Jessie, we are going to keep you guys in our prayers. Uncle Greg, we love you. John, the entire Seymour family. I'm a big fan of the Seymour family. I love Aunt Jan and Uncle Greg.
Jenny Rose.
I'm going out to Jenny Rose and then every praise. So GoFundMe.com. We are donating towards Jennifer Seymour's medical expenses. We are now at $9,740, and we can get the Seymour family past $60,000. Jessie, thank you so much. I look forward for an update.
Thank you, Miss
Aunt Jan, I'm coming to see you today after my appointment.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
bed. Jenny Rose and my mother. Yeah. My spiritual cover. Yeah. Boss. My mother told me, Swaggy, don't cry, yeah. Doctor tryna tell me I'm sick, but I'm not listening to it. This more life, yeah. We gonna survive this, yeah. My mother told me, Swaggy, don't cry, yeah. Doctor tryna tell me I'm sick, but I'm not listening to it. This more life, yeah. We gonna survive this, yeah. Jenny Rose and me mother carry me for night, must not put no one over but. Pray for me daily, me spiritual cover. Biggest one pray me, I tell them don't bother that. Pacing back and forth, don't spitting on the double lately. It's been a struggle, but you know how much me love you. You always tell me fly straight and what race, papa. Told me I'm a big them, they show me say me gualas. Yet, they say you only have one mother, and she raised the king. So I'm gonna treat her like the queen that she is. To do one song for me, mother is nothing. Do her while she lives. They say you only have one mother, and she raised the king. So I'm gonna treat her like the queen that she is. To do one song for me, mother is nothing. Do her while she lives, yeah. My mother told me, Swaggy, don't cry, yeah. Doctor tryna tell me I'm sick, but I'm not listening to it. This more life, yeah. We gonna survive this, yeah. My mother told me, Swaggy, don't cry, yeah. Doctor tryna tell me I'm sick, but I'm not listening to it. This more life, yeah. We gonna survive this, yeah. Doctor said my mother had cancer. I looked into the sky and felt there was no answer. I know money, no sponsor, but she still held it down like my guy. If I survive that, Jenny Rose, you're alright. Promise I will make your bodies lighter. Tryna do my thing, take us to the top, don't stop, album about to drop. Cause every day me have to ask the father why cancer take so many lives. My mother told me, son, you know I'll always be right by your side. So don't stop the train, just drive. Cause every day me have to ask the father why cancer take so many lives. My mother told me, son, you know I'll always be right by your side. So don't stop the train, just drive. My mother told me, Swaggy, don't cry, yeah. Doctor tryna tell me I'm sick, but I'm not listening to it. This more life, yeah. We gonna survive this, yeah. My mother told me, Swaggy, don't cry, yeah. Doctor tryna tell me I'm sick, but I'm not listening to it. This more life, yeah. We gonna survive this, yeah. My mother told me, Swaggy, don't cry, yeah. Doctor tryna tell me I'm sick, but I'm not